All right, what's going on, everybody? This week we have ZRL race number 5, Awful Keith Hill After Party. Yeah, I just found out what that actually meant, the Keith Hill After Party. I didn't know it meant like it ends with a hill climb, which is definitely not a party. But nonetheless, Scones in 60 seconds, T and Scones. We had a good showing. 6 of us came here with objective to absolutely smash the sprints and hang on for dear life on the climb. Let's get as much points as we can, be successful as we can. I think we succeeded in that. I think we ended up getting 3rd in this race as a team, and it was overall good race. I'll be speeding parts of this up. It's a long race, so a lot of it's just riding and drafting and stuff of that nature. So I'll be back to you guys in a little bit. All right, coming up here is the first, I guess, kind of proper effort. We have 1 or 2 guys out off the front, and then those 2 in front of us. And you'll see as this plays out that those guys out in front pretty much did that to get the first across the line points, 20th and 19th. But these are the situations where I get nervous. So I didn't want to put in too much of a hard effort, but I definitely wanted to stay close to the front as possible, as I have a tendency to drift backwards and then have the power to come back up. So I tried to stay attached to the front until we got to the top of the climb, and so did the rest of the teammates. Everybody's generally in the same area, and as you see, we're cresting over the top, and we all made it there successfully. go. It's about to be showtime. The moment 5 other 6 riders have been waiting for. The sprint. Everybody was going for it. Our goal was to get maximum points in FAL and FTS, so we can secure some top end points to hopefully place high in the standings at the end of the race, which I think we successfully did. So I actually really wanted to go early and see if I can hang on without coming through a draft. And as you see, this guy, he starts pounding, so I'm gonna go with and just pretty much hold on for dear life. I got my hand waiting to hit the arrow, just pedaling steadily, trying to stay in there. The little bitty draft I'll probably get right here, and then I'm gonna let it loose here. And it was a good sprint for sure. Wasn't my best, but being on a Tron bike, I feel like I can get some strong kick. Maybe I would have went faster on the arrow, but as you see, we caught some riders, and Callum ended up getting that. We ended up getting first, second, third for fastest across the line, and I think everyone finished in the top 20 for first across the line. So we scored some pretty solid points there that definitely helped us out in the standings. All right, so right here, there was a lot of attacking going on in this race. There was a comment like a minute before this where the Eclipse team's captain or whoever said for them to attack, and as you can see, their entire team is off the front almost, and so we were kind of debating amongst ourselves if we wanted to bridge to them or not, or if it was with it. But as you can see, or if it was worth it. That's what I meant to say. But as you can see, some riders already bridging off. I'm kind of like contemplating. Callum's kind of contemplating, but then he goes for it. I'm kind of hesitant, and I don't go with him right away. So I was like, dang, missed my window of opportunity. But then I saw that guy chasing him, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go with this guy. And then end up blowing past him and pretty much getting up there with a Callum. I mean, at least for the bare minimum that he has somebody to ride with and draft with if they decide to do anything crazy up here, because you can see all these orange jerseys. But we've successfully bridged, and you see the peloton kind of split in two now, and it will happen again because there were several riders who made comments that they're only here to wreck the peloton before the climb. So you're going to see kind of off and on the zigzag effect of the Peloton. Man, these guys made it their mission to drive this Peloton and to split it multiple times and to put some fatigue in the legs before the climb. Because that whole fast forward section, if you were seeing it, they were just driving the pace, and they're doing it again. As you see, there's a rider off the front. You can see the Peloton stretching out again. I'm just hanging on, trying to hang on to this front group. You can see the split starting to happen, and me and Callum right there just want to remain in contact with these guys, at least to the climb, and let that be the deciding factor. But there it is, top right corner of the map, Peloton split, and pretty sure this one was for good up until we get to the climb, and then we all get dismantled. At least I do. I just kind of just settle into a pace, but we'll get to that part sooner than later. All right, here we go. Here comes the fake climb. This part was sneaky, tricky, as Callum gets some good advice. Not kind of chase these guys. I did not adhere to that advice. I didn't put in a massive effort, but I definitely wanted to stay in reach with him. And I'm not sure what happened to that guy. He went flying backwards. But yeah, this was definitely warming up the legs. These guys are pushing at a pretty good pace. definitely on the probably higher end for me to hold, especially throughout the whole climb type of pace. That's more of like my 5-minute effort, 3.5, somewhere in there to 4.0. So as you can see, I'm, I won't say I was slipping back, but they ease off a little bit. But I was not trying to blow a lid going into that climb that's about to come. Keith Hill, stupid party. Probably the worst party I've ever been to. So my goal for this climb was to sit anywhere from 250 to my FTP, which is 265. Looking back, it's always easy to say you could have went harder, but I did feel like I could have went harder, maybe 265 to like 280. But I just don't like climbing. It would have been a strong 20-minute effort. I've done it before on Clifton Heights last round. That's pretty much the reason why my FTP got to 265. It was 244 before, but after that race, it jumped to 265. Then I did the grade FTP test a few days later and hit, I believe, 265 again. So that became the new FTP. But I had to make a decision here if I wanted to chase or not, put in that effort. They're not going too hard right now, but I know eventually they're going to start hammering, which they did. But I'm overall happy that I just sat in, just climbed at my pace. I ended up catching somebody up at the top of the hill, and then that somebody ended up out sprinting me in the end. But I'm going to let this part ride. So you guys can just watch me slog up this climb and my horrible sprint finish at the end because I was too tired. That's honestly my weakest part, finishing with a sprint. It's like 50-50. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. And it depends on really if I'm standing to sprint or sitting. Every time I stand, I feel like after such a long race, my legs are just gassed. I just have no juice to keep pedaling and end up just caving in. But thank you guys for watching the video this far. These two guys I think I end up riding with for a bit, maybe one more in the front, not sure. But thanks guys, hope you all had a good race, and see you next week for race number 6, and then on to round 3 in January. Want to give one last shout out to the team. We finished third place as a team. Shout out to Callum for getting fourth and everybody else for finishing strong. We'll see you guys for race 6 next week for the last race of round 2.